Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry I missed last week. There weren't really any new movies that had come out, so I just decided to skip last week. Sorry. Say hi, Blizzard. Good job. Anyways, guys, I did end up seeing a new movie this weekend, so let's get right into the review. Maze Runner: The Death Cure. So Maze Runner: The Death Cure is a continuation of the two previous Maze Runner movies. It picks up pretty much where the second one left off, with Teresa betraying the group and Minho getting captured by the evil corporation Wicked that had previously kidnapped and tortured these kids because they are immune from the virus that's turning people into what they call cranks, which are basically just zombies. So this movie is basically a huge rescue mission for them to get Minho back and finally disappears so far away where Wicked will never find them. So let me start off by saying this about this movie. Yes, it has a lot of the cliches that many of these young adult movies have these days, and some of the stuff that happened was pretty predictable. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I actually had a lot of fun with this movie. Definitely a lot more than I thought I would. I've heard some criticisms from some people saying that this movie was too long, and I agree with that. This movie definitely could have been just 2 hours instead of 2.5 hours, and I think it would have had the same effect on me and would have gotten the same reaction out of me as well. There were just many scenes where I felt they were just too stretched out, and I was thinking to myself, okay, you could have cut some of that out of that scene and cut some of this out of this scene. But despite that, I have to say that I was invested in this movie pretty much the whole time. Even with some of the scenes that were really long and drawn out, I was never bored. I was always invested in the story and where it was going to go from there. Speaking of long drawn out scenes though, there is one long drawn out scene that really did work, and that would be the opening. It was awesome. You know, I think it's people that study film that say, always start your movie off with a bang. Because the first 5 minutes are what's going to either hook or not hook your audience's attention for the rest of the movie. Let's talk about some of the actors. Dylan O'Brien, I thought he was great as always. I think this movie was supposed to come out a little bit earlier than this, but Dylan O'Brien had a really bad accident on set while he was trying a stunt. So that stopped production for a while, but if you didn't hear anything about that in the news, you would have never known that he had a really serious injury from just watching this movie. He really is a trooper because I saw no signs of him being hurt at all during this movie. Kaya Scodelario, I think is her last name. Sorry if I butchered that. She was meh. She was in Pirates of the Caribbean 5 last summer, I think it was, in 2017. And in that movie, she was just kind of meh also. Nothing ever really sticks out about her performances to me. But one person's acting and performances that always stick out to me are Rosa Salazar. I've actually really grown to like her as an actor, and I'm really excited for Alita Battle Angel when that comes out. She looks like she's going to be great in that role. In my opinion, I think she is the best when she plays these kind of sarcastic comedic roles, like the role she played in Chips. Say what you will about Chips, I know it got horrible ratings when it came out, but I honestly don't mind that movie, and I thought Rosa was really funny in it. All the other actors I thought did a great job in this movie too, especially the villain from the second one. He always has this just villainous smile on his face about everything. He takes delight in everything, and it's hilarious. We also get to see a familiar face from the first Maze Runner film. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but I thought it was a nice surprise when they showed up. Another thing that stuck out to me about this movie, which I absolutely loved, were the sets. They were amazing. I honestly couldn't tell you what was and what wasn't green screen if you had asked me. Except for the climax at the end. That was the only part that had very obvious green screen, but it's understandable. Especially with how much action and shit happens in this movie, there's going to be some green screen involved. But I was happy to see that they have carried on the tradition from the other two Maze Runner films of there being great practical stunt work. As me and my uncle were watching this movie, we were just amazed. The scale of everything was incredible. Like, I haven't looked up the budget for this movie, but they must have had a huge budget because it looked really good. I think this is supposed to be the last Maze Runner movie. It rounds out the trilogy, and it does feel like a goodbye to all the characters. But I feel like if this movie makes enough money, they left the ending ambiguous enough to make a possible another movie in the future. But anyways, guys, I don't have much more to say about this movie. I know it's a really short review, but I just wanted to get a couple of my quick thoughts out to you and recommend you go see this movie because it is a good movie. I'm going to give Maze Runner: The Death Cure a B. I am so happy that January wasn't just a big shit fest of movies like it usually is. There were actually some pretty good movies this year in January. Some of them not so memorable, but some of them were actually pretty good, like this movie. I was pleasantly surprised with this movie, and like I said, I would definitely recommend you guys go see it. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.